Yeah, we're gonna work on the timing. Okay, gotta work on the timing a little bit. Good afternoon to the good people. Good afternoon to the bad people, friends and enemies. Good afternoon, boom, shakalaka to you all. Chris Bass with you as I bring you the last precursor of the year of 2025 that we bring it to a close. Some of us are like, thank God, thank Buddha, thank Jesus, whoever your deity is. Yes, we're coming to the end and starting a whole new year. And so, yes, the year in review. For me, it's been well, towards the end for me, very melancholy. Um, Again, if you don't know, I mentioned before on many occasions, my best friend Fletcher passed away, and the services was this past Sunday, and I attended and spoke, and it really was a great send off. It really was a great homegoing for him, and I said the man was beloved. Not just loved, but beloved. And that's a whole different category of love. And he more than deserved it. Saying Friday, happy New Year's Eve to one Barbara Jean. Thank you so much, Barbara Jean. How you doing? And I'll be coming on board because Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year's Eve to all. So I'm saying Happy New Year because this will be the last show of the year. And of course, we're approaching New Year's Day. Looking forward to it. There will be no baseline this upcoming Friday, January 2nd. So baseline returns next Friday, January 9th. That's when the whole show starts. I will come back next week with the precursor at the beginning of the year, but this is, there's just still need to take a break to process, to reset, reassess, renewal. Everything has to, I don't know what to call it, but stepping away, using, of course, the prefix of RE, recharge, is another one that I have to use. It's the last few weeks has been hard. It's been more than difficult. So I'm just trying to again process. Ooh wee. I don't know about you. You ever notice things that happen to you body wise you get old? Like I think I'm getting darker in my complexion. I think. I mean it's just me because I posted a throwback picture when I was advertising this program. And it's me in a well, I took off my shirt, not shirt. I don't want to do that. Lord knows people running for the hills and calling their mothers. No, I taken off my suit jacket and I had my vest on, the shirt and tie and everything else. I posted up there too with again for the program, and I was like, man, I look a little bit lighter to me, to me. So, and I could be wrong, but I started getting like old man Negro hands. I guess I don't know because I'm an old Negro. That's I mean, they got these YNs out here. I'm an ON. Ooh, that's how I feel like sometimes. I mean, getting old is a blessing. Getting older really is, but it comes with it comes with certain points. It does. It really does. So yeah, I know everybody's scrambling, getting themselves together, getting themselves ready for the New Year's Eve festivities. We'll talk about the fact that Chicago will be involved in the Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve on ABC. It'll be the feature city, which has never been done before, which that caught me by surprise when I heard about that. Also, Barbara Jean's on the Facebook page, and Barbara Jean, of course, on the YouTube channel, as she's doing both, we call it here. So both. YouTube channel, the Chris Bass channel, all one word, with a dot at the end of the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Also, catch me on the Instagram, I am the bass. And of course, you call in You probably won't, but I got to advertise anyway. So what the hell? 312-597-2106. I mean, it would be nice to hear your voice for the last time this year. Yeah, I'm dry begging a little bit. I'm dry begging, yeah. Because why not? I got the phone number. Might as well use it. 312-597-2106. I know I'm probably the shyest audience ever. And eventually I will drop the phone number. I think for me, again, just trying to broaden the show from a sound perspective. I told you this over and over again. I can't call me. That's stupid. So that's where you come in. One can only ask. Before we hit here, 4 p.m. Central Time, President Trump said that his administration will end this deployment of the National Guard here in Chicago, Los Angeles, and Portland, Oregon, vowing to return federal troops to the major Democratic led cities if crime spikes again. There was never any spiking of crime. I hate to tell you that, but it never happened. Portland, Los Angeles, and Chicago are gone, and gone is in capital letters, if it weren't for the federal government stepping in, Trump wrote on his Truth Social. We will come back, perhaps in a much different and stronger form, when crime begins to soar again, only a question of time. The pullback comes after a week after the Supreme Court delivered a stark blow to Trump's push for military troops to patrol U.S. City streets, rejecting his bid to send National Guard members to the Chicago area to protect federal officials enacting his immigration agenda. There was never any high crime here in Chicago. Not the way Trump talked about it. It wasn't high crime in D.C. It wasn't. It's a bold-faced lie. The stats have proved it that there weren't any type of um, high crime rate. In fact, the crime rate went down in D.C. So again, one of the high crime, high liars of all time is telling you something, and you just can't believe everything he says. I know I don't. But you have people out there that continue to do so. And that's amazing to me when I don't know how can people do it. I guess you must have a really low self-esteem or just believe anything that somebody tells you, or you believe that person is the truth all the time. And they're showing you who they are. And you still support it? You still sign on? Because to me, it makes no sense. If you know the person's doing wrong and you and you come along and say, okay, I know you're doing wrong, but I'm going to support you anyway. What kind of person is that about you? Let's say about you. That's what gets me. I mean, really think about that. That your actions can spark off into other things about a person that you support. Amazing. I don't get it. Like I said before, I have to understand that there were certain things in life that I guess I was not born to get. I try. Because that makes no sense to me whatsoever. I guess it never will. Know somebody doing wrong. Know they're doing the most. I mean, to me, it's like, okay, you like doing the most. Let me see here. Like, for example, Joe Rogan is the latest industry heavyweight speaking out against Trump's repeated attacks against Rob Reiner after the director's tragic death. Trump alleged that Reiner's death was due to his anger caused others from being outspokenly anti-Trump. Reiner's son, Nick, has been arrested in connection to his parents' death. It goes on to the break it down. So, the Rob Reiner thing is not funny, Rogan said in a recent podcast featuring comedian Shane Gillis via Weekly Entertainment. I'm sorry, Weekly Entertainment Weekly. When you see it with no empathy, that's when it's hard to listen. It's hard to like. Listen, there's no justification for what he did that makes my sense and make any sense in a compassionate society. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with this because I get to my point in a second. It's no different than people that were celebrating when Charlie Kirk got shot. It's the same kind of thing. Okay, but first of all, Joe Rogan, you supported this man. You had him on your show. You kissed his ass. You didn't grill him. You didn't do anything. You just let him sit there. You gave him the mic. You gave him the floor. He had the nerve to say that, you want to complain about him being sensitive or insensitive. You knew that already. You knew it. You supported him. You were there at the inauguration. And you said, "Well, he'd had no compassion." You knew that going into it from the first administration he was in. You, Joe Rogan, are part of the problem. What's up, Omar? So hello, Chris. Happy year's Eve, and hello, Barbara Jean. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, same to you, brother. Absolutely, absolutely. But you're slamming the president, but you voted for him. I know you take that back. I know you voted for him. I know you supported him in public. So my guess is you voted for him, or else you would never been attending. Of course, going back to his inauguration this past year, going into this past year. Yeah, something happened. That's you can't complain because you were part of the problem. So I got nothing on that one. I really do not. I got nothing at all. That's frustrating. The ability to formulate an idea, to think that normalizing a bad behavior trait is okay. It's not. It never will be. Wasn't meant to be. And here you are on your podcast, one of my, I must admit, one of the most successful podcasts ever. Great following. I used to like him when he was the host of Fear Factor back in the day on NBC. So I got respect for him, but not with this. No, not at all. You got to be kidding me. Let's see. So I said before about our city being featured on as a portion of Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. So these are the rundown. So the televised countdown and downtown festivities led by Southside native Chance the Rapper are a first for the city that will kick off tonight at 7 p.m. So here's something you need to know you're going to go down there. So the event will take place along the downtown Riverwalk from Wells to Lake. The main performance stage will be at Wacker Drive and Franklin Street. Entry for the festivities begin at 5 p.m. Attendees can enter and exit from the performance area on Wacker Drive, west of Wells and east of Lake. All attendees will be required to go through security checkpoints and have their bags checked. Bags should be no longer than 12 by 6 inches. Gates will close once the area reaches capacity. The live broadcast will begin airing at 7 p.m. on ABC 7 Chicago. A special Art at the Mart display will be shown from 7 to 9 p.m. with stage performances to begin afterwards. A 5-minute live fireworks display will begin just before midnight, set off from bridges between Orleans and Columbus on the river. The best spots to watch the fireworks will be on Upper Wacker Drive from McClure Court to Franklin Street, according to the city. It goes on to say downtown street closures for New Year's Eve festivities begin at 10 a.m. and that started this past Monday. Various downtown bridges will be closed from 11:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. related to the fireworks. The Chicago River also will be closed for the boat traffic from 11:30 p.m. until 12:15 a.m. For closure updates and other events details, check out the city's Office of Emergency Management and Communication social media. How you doing, Diane? Diane says, Happy New Year, rock star. Hashtag sunglasses. I wear my sunglasses at night. Well, it was almost night, so there you go. No, I put the sunglasses on because, I look like blind little jelly. I want my daddy's records. Oh, just trying different looks. And the one thing I need to do in the first of the year is to get my eyes checked, which I will. Go to an ophthalmologist, scope out everything. Not scope them out, but scope through them and everything. Check them out, and they get my new prescription because I'm blind as a motherfucker, man. I'm telling you. I get it now. When like you're talking about Sanford and Son. So remember, Fred would go through his his drawer of all these different glasses, eyeglasses he would wear and everything else. Yeah, or sometimes go through all these eyeglasses and find the right one, and then use a magnifying glass to see. Yeah, the magnifying glass is almost on the way. I'm telling you. Woo. Let's see, kind of rough. The House Judiciary Committee on New Year's Eve released a full transcript and video of former Special Prosecutor Jack Smith's closed door deposition before the Republican led panel earlier this month. The release consists of a 255-page transcript and more than 8 hours of video. Smith sought to testify publicly, but his request was denied by the Republicans on the Judiciary Committee. In his opening statement to the panel, Smith told lawmakers that his team found proof beyond a reasonable doubt that President Trump engaged in a criminal scheme to overturn the election of the 2020 election. Smith also testified that Trump repeatedly tried to obstruct justice in the classified document case, as previously reported by NBC. The committee, led by Ohio Representative Jim Jordan, a top Trump ally, is investigating Smith as his former office of the federal indictments of the president after his first term. Once the indictments alleged that Trump improperly stored classified documents after his first term in office, while the second alleged that Trump interfered with the 2020 presidential election by spreading false claims about voter fraud. Both cases have been dismissed. Trump pleaded not guilty and denied any wrongdoing. Since returning to the office, Trump has repeatedly called for Smith to be prosecuted. Well, that's to be expected because, again, you got keepers of the gate like Representative Jim Jordan, who continue to, once again, coddle Trump. That's what he's accustomed to, being coddled. Somebody lulling him to sleep. That's if he goes to sleep, baby ass. Go back to his old man. Go back to when he was, younger, and the whole thing with the Vietnam War. His daddy was able to fix that so he won't be drafted. The whole heel spurs, all that bullshit. So you got to figure all those years, somebody or group of people protecting you. That's a lot of years. So now in the highest office of the land, and this is what's going on. How you doing, Lisa London? Says Happy New Year, Base Nation. Happy New Year to you. How you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for taking time to be here on this Happy New Year's Eve of going to the new year. Eesh. Yeah, it's been it just keeps going down the rabbit hole when it comes to this guy, meaning Trump. And again, as a communicator, broadcaster, social media content creator, it's funny. I was having a conversation with Cool Out, KO, and he was at Fletcher's homegoing. He also knew Fletcher as well. So we're talking about how, for example, Hollywood's not original anymore. All they do is just rehash and reboot and remake. That's what they do, and continue to do so. Even content on television is being brought back or rehashed. Well, I saw a advertisement on social media about Malcolm in the Middle. I never watched the show. It was on Fox back in the day, but apparently they're doing an update on the character Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle. I guess he has his own children. I don't know. That's my guess. Again, it's lacking in original programming and don't want to do anything original because they know the old hits just keep on hitting and they keep on doing that. It's a little bit too much for me because I get tired of it. And me personally, I'm starting to go back and watch older movies that I used to watch when I was a kid or whatever my timeline of my life. If I come across a movie on Prime Video or Netflix, I'll sit there and watch it. As compared to the new stuff, it's apples and oranges, but it just seems like again all this rehashing, retelling, and everything else. I mean, come up with something original. Oh no, just keep on giving you. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If it's done right, then I'll take it. For example, the show Wednesday on Netflix is brilliant. Now that I can rock and roll with, I can get down with that. I watched it. I can't wait for the rest of the season. It's fantastic. How they're able to take that character from the Adams family and just give her own thing. It's directed right. They brought in Tim Burton, who's man, he always does dark stuff, dark and creepy shit. That's up his alley. Got the right guy. So if it's done right, I'm on board with it. That's cool to me. Really. Diane types Bel Air is pretty good too. I've not seen that, man. I want to. I know it's coming to an end. I saw that Will Smith makes an appearance, I guess, at the end of its run, of its series. And that was an interesting concept because I remember some of the lines of someone on social media did a Bel Air perspective as a drama, not a sitcom. And it was a series on, maybe Diane, you know this. I don't know. I don't think it was a series on social media. It was just a trailer that got the interest of Will Smith and went on from there. That's the story I got. Hey, good evening, Ann. Good evening, Chris and Base Nation. Thank you, Annabelle Ingram, being here. One of my long-term friends, can't say old when it comes to Anna because she'll come at me, which I don't care. But yeah, she's a seasoned friend. How about that? So I can't say old. when it comes to anime. I can say seasoned. She calls herself the self-proclaimed seasoned goddess. So you can't say old, or you probably get kicked in the shins like old people do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah. But C's, how you doing? How you doing, man? Thank you for being here. Diana, that's how it kicked off. Good. That's what I thought. Yeah. So, Diane Types, that's a good show, the Bel Air show. Again, if you take the DNA from something and then reconstruct it and it's good, I'm on board with that. Greer, what's up, man? My broadcasting brother, my brother in general, what's up? Dr. Al Greer. You gotta change that, Al Greer. You gotta change that from Al Greer to Dr. Al Greer. Don't see, show the world. Yeah, you Dr. Al Greer now. Yeah, Happy New Year to you and all of you again for being on the comment here, being in the peanut gallery. So, yeah, as I said before, programming note, once again, Happy New Year to all. No baseline this upcoming Friday, January 2nd. I will come back next week with another precursor. And hopefully, knock on wood, that we can upstart CBI Chris-based interviews again. I'll tell you about that in a second. So, again, programming note, you see there at the bottom of the ticker, that baseline returns next Friday, January 9th at 4 p.m. Central. Okay, back to the draws. I'm sorry, back to CBI. So when I created CBI, Chris-based interviews, it was a dream of mine because I love interviewing people and I love people to come on and tell their story. So I produce my own show, so I book my own guest. And I'll ask people every now and again to come by and let's see, people I know in the industry that they have guest recommendations because of their rep and I love their work. Then there you go. So I book my show when it comes to CBI a month in advance. So I'll have 4 guests per month. So I'm getting everything set up, and all 4 guests canceled on me. All 4. I'm like, oh, okay. Never say never. That never happened before in my entire life. So I'm like, and that's the first time. So recently, I tried to bring it back. As you know, I had people like Gene Sparrow on, people like that. Then I asked for some callbacks to confirm, and nobody called me back. Remember from the first original, um, remember when The Color Purple, guys trying to tell you something? I don't know if it was the second one. I never saw the remake. I just remember the first one. Maybe guys trying to tell me something. I mean, and I just pulled back and stopped. But hopefully, I get back on track with that. Well, that's that Dr. Al Greer, the Barbara Jean types that get well soon. You all right, brother? If he's still around, man, you all right? Barbara Jean, Barbara Jean don't sleep? I'm gonna start calling Barbara Jean don't sleep because she doesn't. Barbara Jean, if you sleep, I really don't believe you because don't be wrong. This is all in love. I'm just coming up with what I see. So go back to you go online for say WVON, say on social media, say here on Facebook. Then she's in the chat room with a few of the hosts, the morning hosts, or Rufus and people like that. Then she's in the morning. Then she's in the chat room with Jesse Jackson Jr. on his show, very good talk show. When I'm on, she's on here with me. At night, she goes through the comment section of what was it? Dr. Greer, Al Greer, bedtime stories. His comment section, and then you go to sleep and wake up, and she's there on Rufus's show on WVON. So she don't sleep for shit. Barbara Jean, you're still there. When do you sleep? 'Cause I told you, I don't think you go to sleep at all. And I've known you for years, and I love you more. You are the cheese biscuit, biscuit of cheese. But that sleeping, I don't think you do it. I really don't. Because where do you find time to sleep after getting all in these comment sections and various programming, various shows? Let's see. Dinner menu. Okay, so here's Chef Ann, the brother Mark, barbecue pork roast, beans and rice, New Year's Eve tuna slash salmon, salad sandwiches. So tuna salmon salad sandwiches, fresh fruit and Jay's potato chips. New Year's Day chicken gumbo, rice and buttermilk biscuits for dinner. Happy New Year to everyone. Again, here we go. Barbecue pork roast, beans and rice, New Year's Eve tuna slash salmon salad sandwiches, fresh fruit, and Jay's potato chips. New Year's Day chicken gumbo, rice, and buttermilk biscuits for dinner. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to you too. Professor Bass, I love you too. Barbara Jean types. Yeah, it's true. I love you more, but you don't sleep for it at all. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Let's go to the phones and say good afternoon to one Waldo.
Tuesday, chicken gumbo, rice, and buttermilk dinner. Happy New Year.
Could you turn me down, please, in the background there?
I like to hear you loud as I'm driving home from work. Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Good. You don't sound good. You got a bad cough there.
Hey, it's 'tis the season.
'Tis the season.
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
Anna just put up what she's cooking, right?
Right.
And hey, it's me in the background. Ah, shit. Okay.
Well, what hey, I can't hear you because you got me in the background. Turn me down, please.
I like to hear me.
Don't do that.
Okay, listen. Okay. Got a question for you.
Yeah.
What you supposed to have with New Year's other than
Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah, other than Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Black Coffee. Well, thank you, Black Coffee, for that question. I'll ask everybody else. So, all right. So,
other than outside in X interval, what else do you gotta have?
Okay.
With Black Eyed Peas.
Okay, Annabelle, do you hear that, Chef Annabelle, and anybody else in the comment section, Peanut Gallery? Black Coffee is asking, what can you have?
Black coffee.
Right. Yes. Not that type of coffee. Someone call you Black Coffee because he's black and he's coughing. So Black Coffee is asking, what can you have on New Year's Eve besides Black Eyed Peas? Is that the question? That's the question you're asking?
Yeah, and did you talk about Jesse yet for the end of the year?
I mentioned Jesse Jackson Jr. just now, yes. Before I mentioned about his show.
I missed it.
I mentioned about his program, yes.
Give me a recap. What'd you say?
Hold on. Let me get some of your answers are coming in here. So Diane types greens. How about greens?
And
you don't like greens?
Okay, all the cousins, like mustard, turnip, all the cousins are just.
Oh, you just going by? Okay, you go by probably just greens in general. I'm sorry, Diane. No, Black Coffee wants more specific. It's about, do you want glory greens? Do you want green jeans? Do you? you want college? Oh, hold on. Here we go. Black Coffee.
Too much, man. Too much, man. I'm not doing this with you today, man. I'm not, man. All right. Okay, greens. And how much money you supposed to have going into the new year?
Okay, you hear that? So Black Coffee asked the question, How much
Black
money should you have
coffee.
going into the new year?
Black coffee.
Black coffee, right?
Yeah.
You're black, aren't you?
I'm not doing this today with you.
You're coughing, aren't you?
And I'm not doing this today.
Okay.
And give me a recap on Jesse.
What I said was, I'm only doing this because it's the end of the year. I want to do this for you. I said about my good friend Barbara Jean is in everybody's comment section, including Jesse Jackson Jr.'s show. She's in that comment section commenting as well. I was saying because I believe Barbara Jean does not sleep at all. So I did mention Jesse Jackson Jr. and his show because Barbara Jean is always there. I did mention it, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you do a recap on Dick for the end of the year? Did you talk about Dick?
Dick Clark, yes. Yeah, I did.
That's the only one you spoke about?
That's right. That's right, yeah.
You do know there are others out there besides Clark.
I like Mr. Clark. I know he's gone to glory. He passed away and everything else, but yeah, that's the only one I like. I liked him. He was good.
Okay, well, there are a lot of other good. There are a lot of other good Richards out there. All right?
You're absolutely correct. You're right. Everybody has their favorite.
Hey, well, listen.
Yes, sir.
If you're cooking, make sure you get some lasagna
and
some mazzacello, and make sure you get some cornbread.
No.
Bless you, man. Happy New Year.
All right, Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, you go have some. You go have some. All right.
Thank your mother.
No, don't bring mama. Don't bring mama to this. No. You black coffee. You go and have some lasagna and some, masticholi, and then have that with some cornbread, and knock yourself out.
Hey, man.
Yes,
all joking aside, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year to you, to the entire Base Nation, and to your family as well, man. Have a blessed New Year to you, my friend.
Look, I love you more, man. Thank you,
man.
Thank you, man. You have a better one. I'll talk to you later. You take care.
Later, man.
Later. Let's see here. So Lisa London types black eyed peas for luck and greens for money. I just be out of luck, out of money. I can't do it. I don't like black eyed peas. I don't like greens. I really don't. I can't do that. Once again, I don't like anybody else who does it, but ooh wee. Diane types, if I didn't have a cold, I would jump in my car and drive to Edward's house. I'm telling you. And as I don't know if anyone knows this, Diane's originally from Chicago. We went to high school together. As she now resides in Louisville, Kentucky. She's talking about getting in her car and driving back home to come to your house to eat. That's saying a lot. Now, Annabelle has invited me over to her house for the past 17 years. And I don't think it's going to happen. 17, probably, are we going on 17? I think it's 17. I think it's 17 years. So, don't get me wrong. I don't mind. I don't, because you got all that good food. You don't want to share with nobody. It's her and her brother Mark, and they get down, and they can really get down to eat. The menu speaks for itself. Now, sharing the menu, sharing the plate, I don't think it's even going to happen. Because once again, we're talking about 17 years on my end. I'm like, when we'll come through and we'll pull up, and have some of this great food y'all got. Okay, Chris, no, we'll have you over. It's been 17 years. I love Annabelle. One of my dearest and, can't say old, seasoned friend that I have. Footnote, Annabelle and Fletcher, who unfortunately passed away, we all went to the school together, same school, at Jane A. Neal in Chatham on the south side of Chicago. So we all knew each other. And you, once again, the menu don't lie. Like they say, hips don't lie. The menu don't lie. The Ingrams know how to eat. Just plain and simple. You know anything about them, you know they can get down when it comes to, eating the carrot. No. I don't even know if they say grace. We don't know. Here's a Damien D. Minor says, "Hi, Chris. Happy New Year's. Checking in from KALW Radio in San Francisco, market number 5. Hey, man. Represent. Man, I miss terrestrial radio. I really do. I envy you, Damien, doing your thing. I don't miss the BS, though. I don't miss the politics, but I do miss a brick and mortar radio station and going on a mic like this and having your headphones on and just doing your thing, man. I'm proud of you. Thank you for being here. And thanks for representing your station, too. Again, let's put that up there real quick. Everybody probably go online, check out his work. So that is checking in from KALW Radio in San Francisco, Market 5. Good for you, man. It's all right there. So, yeah, the whole thing like greens and black eyed peas. Ooh, Rasa Ruck. I couldn't do it. Let's see here. Now, if you want to, that leaves the line open for you to call in at 312-597-2106. Again, 312-597-2106. That's why I stay in public radio. But oh man, thank you. You're one of my mentors in this radio business. Thank you, Damon. That almost brought a tear to mine eye. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. That means the world to me. It really goes a long way. Let's go back to the phones and bring forth one Mr. Omar. How you doing, Omar? Happy New Year to you, brother.
Same to you, Chris. Everything okay with you?
I'm getting better. I'm feeling a bit better. It's day to day. You know how this thing goes, man. It's just a process.
It's a little cold out here today.
Now, what's cold to y'all out there? What's cold? What's the temperature?
Talk about the weather. It's around 54 degrees out here.
54? Okay, we got 34 here back home. So, yeah, that and it's light snow.
Yeah, we don't have no snow here.
Man, you're lucky, Doc. You're in a good climate. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, I'll stay home. I'll stay home and relax on New Year's Eve.
Now, you stay home and relax. Now, what things do you do to stay home and relax? What do you do?
Well, sometimes I'll be watching TV or watch my DVDs.
Anything particular you like to watch?
Well, for my birthday, I got Night Gallery, the trilogy, the complete series.
Oh, Night Gallery, Rod Serling.
Yeah.
It was funny, Rod Serling said in the article that he really didn't like doing Night Gallery. It was one of those things where he pretty much hosted but didn't really write too many episodes. It was kind of like one of those things where you still want to be relevant, and they offered him a deal to do the show. But the Twilight Zone, of course, is where he really got his bread and butter at. But Night Gallery was it was good, but it wasn't. It's kind of hard to compare the two because they were two completely different programs. But it's still Rod. I always like Rod Serling regardless of what he was doing. But yeah,
I remember one time I was watching a documentary many years ago called "Submitted to Your Approval." It's a story about Rod Serling.
Yes.
So his wife, his widow Carol, said, "Rod, I've been telling Rod not to do it, but when he was doing those segments, he was having chest pains."
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So his doctor told him not to do it. His friends, his wife been telling him not to do it. Right. So he just did it anyway. And when the show ended, he teach for a few years. And then he was mowing his grass at his home, and then he had chest pains, and his wife took him to the hospital, and he stayed in the hospital for the past few days and such. And then he continued biting and everything. Then the chest pains continued, and then they told Rod we had to do some open heart surgery on you. At the time, Bob Sutherland was still young.
Right, correct.
So he stayed in the hospital, and then they did surgery on him, and then it was successful. And then he did a TV show called I'm trying to think what that TV show was called. It was like a TV special or something.
Okay.
So he did the special, then he did Phantom of Paradise the movie. Then they did the surgery on him, and then this time he didn't survive.
Yeah, he was. I'm sorry to hear that about him. In general, I really liked his innovation. He changed the game, and just brilliant writing. I mean, him and his writing team were just, what they did was revolutionary, to the point where I want to say it was, maybe it was the 90s or 2000s. From the approval of the Rod Serling estate, they remade all the episodes, the radio versions of it, the Twilight Zone. And so they had stars like Stacy Keach was the narrator and the host, and they would have these various celebrities come in and do these episodes that you saw on television, and he did it in a radio form. And I was fascinated by that. I got a chance to check out. I mean, you go to Spotify, for example, and get the whole thing. But it is great just the way they were able to take those TV episodes and convert them to radio version, and it's a little more different because now you'll be more descriptive of the whole thing. And it's a very good series. So anybody who loves Rod Serling, you want to see the Twilight Zone or put like this, hear it in radio form, go to Spotify, type in the Twilight Zone radio shows. It will pop up, and you'll get a good treat. It's really good.
And Forrest Whitaker, he hosted the Twilight Zone too.
That's right. Yeah, he did it, and Jordan Peele did a version of it as well, of hosting.
And Burgess Meredith did it too.
Well, I love Burgess Meredith. The episodes he was on the earlier days of the Twilight Zone. Oh my God, my favorite one is when he plays the guy who loves to read. At that episode, and not giving anything away. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's been on the air for years.
I've seen it.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about you. I know everybody. I know you've seen it, but everybody probably didn't see the episode. So, there was an explosion in the city, and he worked at a bank. He was in the vault, and the vault closed while the destruction was going on outside. And he comes out of the vault after being knocked out, and he is the only person survived of this whole explosion on Earth, and I dare say, of course, all over the place. So he went to the library and got all these books to read because he was a bookworm. He loved books. All these books to read. He had it stacked up way past his own height. He's like, I'll read this about, social event. He had everything, and he was ready to read his first book out of all these books, and broke his glasses.
I remember one time, many years ago, all of us was watching the Twilight Zone or something like that.
Yeah.
And I said, they had Jack Klugman and Jonathan Winters was on there. I said,
good episode too. Yes.
And I told my mom, I said, Mom, look at this. Quincy and Murphy's fighting over a pool table.
That's right.
So like that. So that that was his character, Mork and Mindy. So
yes.
I said, Quincy looks so young.
Yeah, that was a great episode too. Jack Klugman and Jonathan Winters. Man, yep, they were. So it dealt with a up and coming pool shark, a pool champion, and this guy named Fats. That was a character that Jonathan Winters played, because he was saying that if I can beat him, meaning if Jack Klugman meets the fast character played by Jonathan Winters, I can be the greatest. And then he shows up, meaning Jonathan Winters, and they play. And he asked him, "Do you really want to play this game?" Because as you know, it comes with a price. He didn't tell what the price was. If you beat me, it comes with a price. And he said, "Look, I want to be the best," and then go from there. Hold that thought real quick. Let me go to the comment section real quick. Omar. Oh yeah. So Barbara Jean asked, was he sitting on the stairs at the end? Yes, he was. Sitting on the stairs, had all these books around him. Hey, what's up, Jed? How you doing, Jed? Burgess Meredith. That episode scares the hell out of me. Every reader's nightmare. No, you're right, because I can't see shit. Right, and I depend on my glasses. I'm not a contact person. I try contacts. I mean, look, when I was diagnosed to get glasses, I never forget. I went with my wife. We went to, I think it was Landcraft or something like that, and well, you can have your choice of glasses or contacts. She's a lady right now trying to have her contacts, and she poked something like, "Ow, ow, ow!" Poked something in the eye. I'm like, "No, I don't want that. That's okay. I'm gonna stick with glasses." I'm sticking with glasses ever since. So I feel for that Burgess Meredith character. You got one set of glasses left, and you break them. That's it. You can't see a damn thing.
I remember the first time I started wearing glasses when I was about 5 years old, way back in 1974 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I remember when I was very young, I started spitting or something like that.
Yeah.
And then my teacher said, "Omar, can you see? Can you see?" I said, "I can, but I keep close my eyes and open my eyes and something like that."
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom, she took me to the eye doctor. Then he gave me some eye drops and everything. And I started wearing glasses. And then my brother started making fun of me. He said, "Omar, you look like Batman." I said, "No, I don't."
You look like who?
You look like Batman.
Batman.
Adam West.
Oh, I know that. With glasses on?
Yeah, way back in those days. So then at first I didn't like wearing glasses, but throughout my life it's always been my identity.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I never associated, Adam West with glasses.
See, Adam West was, wearing that Batman mask.
Right. Okay. So I guess you look at it differently. Okay. So you wearing the glasses was like a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I was trying to understand the analogy. Okay, I got it now.
So, I love wearing glasses, but I've been wearing glasses for almost 50 years.
Yeah. So you're used to it.
I'm used to it,
Absolutely. No, I'm the same way. I didn't start wearing glasses until I was in my, I want to say mid-20s, early 30s in that timeline. I started to wear glasses. So no, I completely understand where you're coming from. You have them on for a long time. You're just used to it.
My mother, she wears glasses.
Mm-hmm. My mom wears glasses too. Yep.
And my grandpa, my grandfather said, "Omar, don't be ashamed of wearing your glasses." He said, "Ladies love men wearing glasses." I said, "They do, Papa, they do." He said, "That's why I've been with your grandma for so long."
Well, hey, God bless you. God bless your grandparents, man. Real quick, was it Barbara Jean Tice, Omar Montgomery? I've been wearing glasses as far back as I can remember. 5 years old sounds about right. So Barbara Jean goes back to when she was 5. Wearing glasses. Now let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask also the peanut gallery. A man wearing glasses, is that sexy? Now, hold on, Omar. I know you're about to say, but hold on. Let me get the people out here. Okay, so Omar brought up the fact that the grandparents was very sweet. His grandpa said that a man wearing glasses is sexy. So I'm asking everybody out there, a man wearing glasses, is that sexy? So Omar, what say you? You're a man. You wear glasses. Are you sexy?
In a way, I mean, I look like my grandpa.
Okay.
So my grandfather, he started wearing glasses right after he left the service after World War II ended.
Mm-hmm.
So wearing glasses for him is, is a sense of pride and honor for him.
Got it.
So he he always told me, Omar, you wear your glasses, and you're very smart in them. That's what he taught me.
That's right. Sound advice. Sound advice.
And I guess I got black horn rim frames like he used to wear.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So see, my grandfather, he worked at the phone company for 35 years.
That's a good run.
They respect my grandpa a lot at the phone company.
Absolutely, I can see that.
So my two brothers, they wear glasses too. They only wear it for reading.
For reading purposes, yeah.
And my sister too.
You got a lot of people. They're probably wearing glasses. I understand.
So, I got plenty of books throughout my lifetime. I love to read.
Yeah, same here.
And as for Bob Sterling, my favorite of his plays he did, I think he did. Welcome for a Heavyweight. You ever seen that?
Requiem for a Heavyweight?
Yeah.
Is that with don't tell me, is that with Anthony Quinn and Jackie Gleason?
Yes.
Okay, I remember seeing it. In fact, I recorded it. I'm sorry, Mike. I recorded it on my DVR so I could go back and rewatch it. But that was an excellent program. It was excellent. It was on television. And it was made for television, and it dealt with this boxer who was washed up and dealing with his manager, played by Jackie Gleason. Mickey Rooney was in it, right?
Yes, he was.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I know what you're talking about. So yeah, it's a very good program. I'm gonna give it away for the people that haven't seen it, but didn't it come out in like the 1960s?
No, 1962.
52 or 62? 52?
1962.
62, right. That's what I thought. 60. Thank you. Right. 62. Yeah, go ahead.
They had Muhammad Ali. Way back then was Cassius Clay.
Right.
They had a lot of cameos from old time boxers. Like they had Bonnie Ross on there, Jack Dempsey, Willie Pep, Emil Griffin, and Bonnie Ross. This is a heavyweight champions from years and years
absolutely.
back.
Yeah, no, it was a callback to these, older boxers, and Anthony Quinn played this older boxer, once again dealing with his manager and trainer and just trying to adapt to life and trying to be human. Because, being in a sport where you get your head beat in all the time and your body punches everything else, it takes a toll on you. You call it punch drunk and things like that. So just the fact that he's playing a man who wants a normal life, but it's hard to be normal when you're in a sport that deals with all types of backdoor deals and things like that. I gotta go back and watch it. There's a Requiem for a Heavyweight. You're right. I got to check it out.
So Anthony Quinn, he boxed in a few movies here and there. But in his bio, he boxed when he was starting in Hollywood many years ago.
Hold that thought. Let me see. Barbara Jean says, when I was asking about glasses being sexy, she says, huh? Seriously, Professor Bates, bald? Yes, 4 eyes, not necessarily true. Well, thank you. I just know how people are. I just know what an interesting question to ask. Because everybody got their preference of who they like, who they don't like. They have a preference or what's the stuff we're looking for? Someone or people that they have a style for. Because it could be tall, they could be shorter, they could be a certain body type. They have a type, and they go for that. So sometimes glasses, depending on the person, they may not like or not like the glasses at all. So you just never know.
My former girlfriend, she said, Omar, with your glasses, you look like David Ruffin.
David oh man, I don't know if we like David Ruffin, but I don't get me wrong, he was a great singer, but he had issues away from the group.
She was talking about David Ruffin,
Temptations, right?
The Temptations. She was talking about David. She was talking about David Ruffin in the early days.
Okay, yeah, because he has some issues, Doc. So you don't want to compare to too many people like that. But so look, before we part company, look, what you doing without a girlfriend? You should have a girlfriend, man. Come on now. You mean former?
I got some lady friends,
Okay, all right, good for you. That's what I'm talking about, man. You gotta be player sometimes. You gotta be careful. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, someone like Omar Montgomery should have a someone on his arm. So I'm just pro you, Doc. So the fact that you said that she was your ex, so I'm gonna get in your business for a couple of seconds. So how long? When did you two break up? You and your ex. When did you break up?
We broke up in 2008.
2008 is 2025, and you haven't seen anybody yet since 2008.
Yeah,
dude, you overdue.
Because she broke up with me. I didn't break up with her. She just broke up with me.
I'm sorry to hear that. Oh man, good night. I don't want to hear the business. I won't get too much in your business, but yeah. Look, man, if you can, and you don't. Now, do you want to be single for the rest of your life and trying to find somebody else?
I'll try to find somebody, but it takes a little time.
It does take a little while, but you've been overdue, Doc. You talk about breaking up since 2008, and it's 2025 now. Ooh wee. Yeah, man, we got to get you hooked up, Doc. We can't have you out here like this.
I remember every time I go somewhere or something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Okay, for example. Okay, around last summer, it was me and my dad and my brother. We was going out to lunch.
Yeah.
This lady said, "Hello" to me. I said, "Hello," and then my brother said, "Omar, I would never take you out to a restaurant with us again." I said, and I said, "Don't say that." And then my dad said, "Omar, you still got that Montgomery charm." So.
Oh man, because first, I gotta cut you off. I gotta try to get some more people on. But look, it's always great hearing from you, Doc. I'm happy for you. You always sound upbeat, and I appreciate that. And look, man, just keep on being you, and you and your family have a very happy New Year.
Same to you, Christian. You stay safe, okay?
You do the same. Thanks, buddy. Take care.
And I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds like a plan. We'll do just that. Take care, man.
Same to you, buddy. Bye.
All right, buddy. Take care. Let's see. Let's see. What's up, Candace's Bates? Hook him up with a girl that wrote the book that you interviewed several months ago. I'm not going to hook him up with Gracie. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I don't do hookups. I don't do hookup. I'm not a Cupid. I don't do that. Cupid, draw back your bow. Oh, I don't do that shit. Hell no. That's a recipe for disaster, because as soon as they break up with problems, who do you go back to? Go back to my brown ass. I ain't got time for that. No. He ain't acting right. She ain't acting right. See, they come back to me. So no, I don't need it. I don't need that in my life. No. So Barbara Jean, I like tall. Well, good for you. There you go. See, everybody has a preference. See, she likes tall people, tall men. I'm sure you talk about men. I don't want to discriminate if people like somebody else or some other sex. I'm not trying to discriminate against other people. So Barbara Jean says, I like tall. So she likes tall. And again, everybody has a type, obviously. They like what they like. After she was fired for posting a racially insensitive sign to her bus window, a local school bus driver is sharing her side of the story for the first time. The note posted on the window read, "Out of respect to English-only students, there will be no speaking Spanish on this bus." Diane Crawford, 66, says she never thought writing a note would cost her so much. Let's see. Okay, I'm sorry. Sounds like Karenism. I do care. I care about it a lot. Caring was precisely what Crawford said led her to serve students in the first place. A self-employed owner/operator, Crawford was subcontracted by the Rower bus to serve the Moneta County School District 12 years ago. Still, she had served the district as a bus driver for more than 3 decades. Let's see. Barbara Jean says Professor Chris Bates, man and men only. There you go. That's I'm just trying to let everybody know. Just I'm glad you had that specification. Goes on to say, I don't know what else to do. I'm on Medicare and Medicaid now and SNAP. I had to go on antidepressants because of this. Crawford says she got a call from her supervisor overnight after posting that sign that her contract with the Roar bus has ended. I didn't mean to be racially insensitive or like anything like that. Maybe I should have worded differently. Maybe I should have said no bullying in any language, but I didn't mean it to be anything but to correct him. I see, my dad was alive. He said, don't piss in my eye and tell me it's raining. I mean, really. Diane Crawford, 66. No, you knew what you were writing when you wrote this shit. You knew it. Again, out of respect to English only students, there'll be no speaking Spanish on this bus. You knew good and goddamn well what you were doing. Well, we always say, boys and girls, you're not sorry for the situation. You got sorry, you what? You type in there. I taught you all this stuff all these years. You're not sorry for the situation. You're sorry and you could type in the rest. Well, what I always say in these situations, you're not sorry. You're sorry and go from there, type in the rest. See, when you get busted and you think that your words don't mean anything, words mean everything. You talk about grammar school children who want to be themselves and get on the bus and commiserate with their fellow students. Thank you, Lisa London. Sorry you got caught. Exactly. And now you want to cry because they stopped your contract, terminated completely, get the hell out of here. Then you want to run to the media saying, I cared, I'll just be sensitive. No, you weren't at all. Telling students, don't say anything in Spanish. And then you want to do a media piece locally. I didn't mean anything. I'm on Medicare, Medicaid, and SNAP, and what's going to happen to me now? If you never put the sign there in the first goddamn place, this would never have happened. Never. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. This is what happens. You got to go. Those days are long gone. And if you don't understand about being racially sensitive, then go take a class. You don't want to take a class? Go take a nap. Go lay down somewhere. Go somewhere and be still. You talk about for 3 decades, you talk about 30 years that you driving around the county with these students, no matter, I mean, God forbid what you said over the years in 30 years that was inappropriate. I'm sure people have complained. I'm sure students went back and told their parents what the bus driver said prior to this note being on the window. Out of respect to English only students, there will be no speaking Spanish on this bus. God damn you, La. Get the entire hell out of here. So now you want to cry foul. So it wasn't foul for you to put this sign up, and God forbid again, we weren't there, of course, in the 30 years, what you said over that track of time about students that were on your bus. Curiouser and curiouser, and more stupid than ever, I believe. I don't know. I don't get it. Let's see. Isaiah Whitlock. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Isaiah Whitlock Jr., an actor best known for playing the corrupt state senator Clay Davis on The Wire, died on Tuesday in New York. Variety confirmed he was 71 years old. His manager, Brian Lieberman, shared the news on Instagram, writing, "It is with tremendous sadness that I share the passing of my dear friend and client, Isaiah Whitlock Jr. If you knew him, you loved him. A brilliant actor and even better person. May his memory forever be a blessing. Our hearts are so broken, he will be very, very missed." Indiana-born Whitlock was a prolific character actor who was a frequent collaborator of Spike Lee, appearing in his film Black Klansman, The Five Bloods, She Hate Me, 25th Hour, and Red Hook Summer, and Chirac. You know movies? Okay, let's go back and check it out. Across many of his projects, he developed the catchphrase "she," an elongated pronunciation of the word "shit." I like how they explained the thing in the article. You seen his memes or videos of him saying "she"? That was him. He's gone now, but that was him. It started in "She Hate Me" and 25th Hour, and then the writers of The Wire began incorporating it into the HBO series. Whitlock said he could be stopped on the street 2 or 3 times per day by fans asking him to say that catchphrase. In a meta turn, Whitlock got to play a man obsessed with The Wire in 2011 2011 comedy Cedar Rapids. Whitlock also played a doctor in Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas. And that's right, he did play the doctor. That's right. And had roles in Chappelle's Show, Pieces of April, Enchanted, and Pixar's Cars 3, Lightyear. He also lent his voice to Hoppers, Pixar's animated sci-fi comedy due in 2026. In seasons 2 through seasons 3 4, the season 4 of Veep, Whitlock played George Maddox, the U.S. Secretary of Defense, who runs against Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character Selena Meyer in the 2016 primaries. I liked him. A very good character actor. Liked him a lot. I saw more of his work in Your Honor. That was a series that I wouldn't say it was on. You can type in Your Honor and find it. And it dealt with a judge who has to. He didn't play the judge though. He played the mayor of New Orleans. Happens in the city, and it deals with a judge who has to have conflict of morals because his son gets involved in a murder and has to find a way to cover it up, being the judge. And that's where we saw Mr. Whitlock's work. A really great character actor. I was very impressed. And going back to watching it right, because he had he was in Goodfellas. He played the doctor that helped out Henry Hill. And let me take a look at you. That's when Henry Hill was, trying to look at the helicopter in the sky and had the drugs and had the guns and everything else, making the dinner, the meatballs and the veal and everything else. He did all this ripping and running. That's right. So that was pretty cool. All right, so before we part company, got a little bit of time left. The last show of the year. What are some of your New Year's Eve traditions, past or present? What are some of your New Year's Eve traditions? Now, the older I got, I don't go out no more. I don't. I stay my black ass home and go to sleep. Yeah, I have some drinks and then and go to sleep pretty much. Seriously, I'll stay up for a while. I'll stay up, of course, to New Year's. I've never slept past New Year's. Almost did one year, but I never slept past New Year's. So past. So as a kid, I would watch Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve on Channel 7 because it was ABC. And then after that, they would air at the time Fred Astaire and Ginger Roger movies. Shall We Dance and stuff like that. I watched that as a kid, and then I turned to Channel 9. And then Channel 9 had the Marx Brothers on. The Marx Brothers, the Coconuts, and A Day at the Race and stuff like that. So I would watch these black and white movies back to back from Channel 7 to Channel 9 as a kid. When I got older, you go out to parties, hang out with your friends, go out, or stay in the home or somebody's home, we would drink or something like that. But no, nowadays I just stay home, man. I know Watika says a Happy New Year. Chris-based people respond to almost everything you say, so you have to be mindful. People may have thought it was discrimination. You have to remind me what particular that could be discriminatory. Watika, because I'm all over the place when it comes to these, just going back and forth. So I am very mindful of people, and so what happens is I learned a long time ago that there's just some people out there that are not going to like what you do, which is unfortunate, but that's just life in general. Like I said before, I've these people unfortunately in my life in radio hate my guts, but can't tell you not one iota why they hate me. I know hate's such a strong word, but that's the word that we're using here, boys and girls. I don't like him. How you don't like him? I don't know. Now, I run into people that I may meet for the first time or have worked with and give me the willies. Something about them just ain't right. Keith Sweat said it best. Something just ain't right. No, he said it best, and he was right. Oh yeah, what ticket space on the bus? Thank you for reminding me. I'm back and forth and stuff like that. No, you're right. No, the thing about something like that, going back to the Karen that brought the story forth, was the fact that, say, for example, for the sake of argument, she once again in article, she rode the bus for 30 years. In all those 30 years, I don't think, because the article didn't talk about it, you was never brought to task. You was never said to, you know what, that's insensitive. You was never said, someone never told you were doing wrong or saying something inappropriate. Or if it did happen, it was put swept under the table, under the rug. But traditionally, something like that should be reported. And once again, we don't know. We're just speculating here that when she was on the bus driving for 30 years, based upon her character, based upon what she put the insensitive note on the window of the bus in the first place, must have been insensitive for the past 30 years. So nobody said anything? Or was it again swept under the rug? No complaints from any parents or children? Saying something inappropriate? Nobody didn't catch that? No. Again, it was just one of those things where you keep on putting it out there. And I'm a person that believes in karma. You keep putting it out there, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass tenfold. And I believe it's what happened to our Karen here. So now you want to cry foul. And now you want to cry, I'm sorry. And I meant well. No, you didn't. Not to me. I saw part of the interview that they did with her. And again, it's sorry you got caught. Because if that was the case, then I never told the story to you or you never heard on the news like myself, and it would have been another 10 years tacked onto that 30. Doing the same old shit. So you lost your job. I mean, instead of just complaining, say you didn't mean anything, why don't you sit down and reflect on life? Why don't you sit back and reflect on all the 30 years you've been driving? Or maybe just so blindsided up here that you can't see what you did. Or maybe you knew what you did and trying to get the public support to get your ass back working again. Nobody wants to be played. It's possible. Who wants to be admitted that they've been played? So we don't know. But thank you, Watika, for bringing that point up. I totally, it's just a lot of people out here doing the most. Let's see, I used to go to to comedy shows back in the day for New Year's Eve. Still a big night in comedy here in Chicago. Thank you, Lisa. That's pretty cool. I never did that. I think no, not go to a comedy club. No, I went to a place where they had comedians at. What was that place I used to go to? Heroes. I was over there like on 22nd and 27th in Michigan. I went there once with my wife, and a comedian made fun of me, but that's to be expected. I was sitting up front. You gotta be careful. I was bigger than. I'm still losing weight, but I was a fatty ass, and that was an easy mark. So there you go. But going to comedy shows on New Year's Eve, that's a pretty good tradition. I like that. That's nice. Thank you for sharing, Lisa. I remember when I was little, my grandmother be cooking black eyed peas, and our family be watching Dick Clark's Rockin' It. Thank you, Omar. Yeah, everybody got a tradition that they had or continue to have or start a new tradition. Mine's is sleep. And look, I'll knock back some drinks like anybody else, but I know when I get tired because I'm getting old. So I watch. I don't know nowadays. Watch television, celebrating with my family for the first time. So my family, I told you we moved and we're all living together. So it's the first time we're celebrating New Year's Eve together. We're toasting it in together for the first time, all of us. So all of us means my mom, my sister Tiffany, her husband Bobby, uh, their children Caleb and Mawa, and myself. For the 6 of us, and we'll do it for the first time. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Very cool indeed. Let's see. Yep. Let me just check something real quick. So again, embrace your traditions. Share them if you can. You're not only doing it for yourself, you're creating great memories. Nobody can take that away from you. It's creating memories. All right. So as I told you, and I know this, and I'm telling you again, that this is the last show of the year. Again, no baseline is upcoming Friday for January 2nd. I will be back next Wednesday for the first Precursor of the year, and Baseline, the show itself, returns next Friday, January 9th at 4 p.m. Central. If you're not going to go out and have some fun inside. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. I mean, it sounds preachy, but we don't know the day, the time, or the hour. So make it worth something. Make it worthwhile. My man Lorenzo, Lorenzo Clemens, blessings on 2026. Blessings to you too, brother. Absolutely. And to all of you out there. Let us shake the coils of 2025 from our bodies and come in with a battle and a spirit and a mind for 2026. Hope it serves you better. Continue to be safe. Continue to be sound. Continue to be healthy. And most importantly, above anything else, continue to be loved. Long live the peace. Long live the funk. More power to you. As always, in parting with all of you, keep your head up and Happy New Year to you.